Hi, good afternoon again, everyone. This is my second in the series of just discussing about my law school journey. So in today's session, we will be talking about 3 things I wish I knew prior to starting law school. And now, before we get into the meat of the matter, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're growing our audience over here. I need subscribers. Please, please, please. If you're watching this video, you have not subscribed yet, I'm giving you a few seconds. The bell is down below. Just click on it, subscribe. You'll be alerted once I upload a new video. Thank you. Now, the 3 things I wish I knew prior to starting law school. I'm going to start off on the easy ones. It was hard narrowing it down to the 3 things, but here we go. The first thing is you need a community. And your community doesn't have to provide financial support. Your community can just be there to provide emotional support. You know, sometimes you're going through a lot and you just need somebody to talk to, somebody to encourage you. Listen. So when Chris Martin said, I'm a big deal, your community is a big deal, I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, law school is not for the faint of heart, okay? Law school is not for the weak. Law school has humbled me right down to the ground. I thought I was humbled prior to law school, but baby, anyways, law school is graded on a curve, right? Your performance, your grades that you get is based on your performance in comparison to the other persons, I should say, in your cohort. So if you're somebody that's an habitual A's, straight A's on your report, baby, get that out of your head. Just know that you're putting in the work. I'm not saying it's impossible to get A's in law school, because people do get A's, but if you're going in thinking like law school is like undergrad, mistake, it's not. Okay? The second thing, prior to starting law school, I mentioned Cleo in my previous video. I did the Cleo program, and all through the Cleo program, people were advising me, outline. I'm like, okay, what's an outline? How do I outline? How do I effectively outline for law school? Because, I mean, you have a lot of outlines out there. Learning the process and all of that, and I'm like, retraining my brain to say, okay, this is how we're going to study going forward. You need to outline for classes and all of that. So you start a torts outline, you start a crim law outline, you have your property outline, yada yada yada. Listen, my advice, it may be stupid, you might not follow it, whatever the case may be, but this is what I've learned. Outlining doesn't work for me personally, okay? Prior to law school, you already know what your learning style is. Whatever works for you, do not recreate the wheel. Don't try to reinvent the wheel while you're in law school. You're building on that wheel. So if you're somebody like me, I love to read. I take notes, but I want to go back over the raw material. I'm reading the textbooks. I'm reading through the slides. If the videos are provided, I'm going to rewatch those. That's what I do. I was trying to, adopt to this method where everybody was saying, ensure that you outline. All through my 1L year, I outlined. And I'm outlining and I'm realizing, like, I felt so anxious going into final exams. And, I would call mommy and I'm stressing out and I'm like, mommy, And if you know me, I have a good relationship with my mother. Mommy is somebody that if I am going to try a new idea, something, I call her. And one thing with that lady, Mommy, big up yourself. Big up yourself. When Chris Martin said, Mommy, I'm a G, my mother is my G. Mommy, big up yourself wherever you are. So, Mommy is this person that has the ultimate faith in my abilities. She has an unwavering belief that I can do anything I put my mind to. Ask me where she gets it from, I don't know. That is my mother. Even when I am struggling, I remember I called Mommy at the end of my first semester in my 1L year, and I was crying. Like, I'm not talking about the cute crying or where the tears are running, you know, cute camera and you're like, that's nice love scene in the movies. No, boo. I'm talking about bawling, snot, all of them, something there. And I call Mommy and I'm like, Mommy, you know, I just failed some courses. And Mommy said to me, did you get your final results? I said, no, I literally just completed my final exam today. And I think my final exam was criminal law. I don't even remember what it was at this time, but I know I called her. I was having a breakdown. I was, you know, bawling, hyperventilating, everything. And I was saying to Mommy, I think I just failed an exam. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't think law school is working out for me. And I paid all of this money and I'm converting it to Jamaican. And I'm like, would you believe my first semester tuition is over $1 million? Like, crazy. And I remember Mommy said to me, Mommy's like, if you just finished the final exam, how you know you fail? How? I don't understand. Listen, you are putting on all the theatrics right now and you haven't even got your results. Mommy's like, you are telling the universe that you have failed an exam. You have not gotten your results. How do you know that you have failed? Mommy's like, call me again when you get your results. Mommy said to me, I bet you didn't fail. Honestly, I heard it. I heard what she said. It just did not connect. It didn't resonate in my brain because after the exam, I'm like, I should have done this. I could have done this. Why did I do this? You know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. What if? All of those stuff run through your brain. I don't know if you're somebody that psychoanalyzes every final exam. I do that a lot. Crazy. I need to stop. So I called her. I was freaking out, stressing, everything. And got my results. I didn't fail. I called Mommy and Mommy's like, see, I told you didn't fail. You wouldn't fail. Anyways, I say that to say I realized that outlining was not working for me. But, you know, stubborn? I was stubborn. So this is what I did. You know, when you realize something isn't working, you're thinking, you know, I'm going back to my old strategy. Sam did not do that. This is what I did. I'm like, maybe I was outlining wrong. Maybe I started late. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Let's try again. So my second semester, I'm outlining. And I'm telling you, my outlines were top tier. Outlining, you know. And final exams come around and I'm like, okay, I've got this, because obviously I would have improved. I'm passing my exams, but I'm not getting like the grades that in my brain. Okay, this is me. After going into exams, I would have written down grades that I expect to get in classes, and then grades that I wrote down prior to exams, and my final results were just not matching up. And I'm like, Jesus, where's the disparity? Like, what's going on. I'm going through my outlines. I'm doing past paper questions. Like, what am I not doing? Am I doing it wrong? Is it just that, like, my brain is just failing me? What is going on? And, you know, the insecurity starts coming in, creeping in. And I'm like, is law school just not for me? What do I do? Because I don't know. School was just not terribly hard for me. And I say that with hesitation. I am not somebody that it takes me a while to grasp stuff, right? I will even use my free time teaching myself new things. That's the person I am naturally. So to know I had this dream and it's just not working out, I'm like, Lord, you know, the devil is a liar from the pit of hell. This is not working out. This is not it. And it took me a while to realize I need to go back to my roots. I need to go back to the method that worked all my life. I mean, at this stage, why am I risking it all just because I want to fit in and be like, oh, I'm outlining? No. Whatever your study method is, whatever has been working for you all your life, do it. My advice, best advice. If you find that outlining works, kudos to you. It doesn't work for everybody. It never worked for me. So, advice. And number 2, as an international student, especially someone having no experience in the field. I've never been an attorney before. I've never worked in a law office before. You know, I'm coming here doing my JD and I'm saying, okay, I'll be able to do externships so I can get experience, you know, because I was in human resources prior to law school. So I know the significance that is put on experience, that is placed on experience on a resume, especially for a recent graduate. And my thought process was, I have no roots in the US, meaning I have no experience. I've never worked in the US before. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll be able to build my resume showing US work experience by doing intern or externships. Wrong. Guess what? I didn't know. And this is my advice to international students. Do research on your potential schools. Ask questions. Don't be afraid. Ask the hard questions. Things that you need, things that you anticipate that you're going to need. Ask these questions prior to going to that school. I did not know that the school that I'm attending had a policy where international students were not allowed to do externships. And I've been, you know, I ask questions and I'm like, what is going on? You know, and I build my case because, girl, I can advocate for myself every day, all night. That's me. I talk a lot. And I'm advocating, okay, you're saying I can't do this. Tell me why. May I have the policy document that speaks to why I can't do it, why I'm not eligible to do it? I need somebody to explain to me. You can't just say, Sam, you can't do X, Y, and Z and leave it at that. I'm a questions girl. I want to understand the logics behind it. So I was asking the questions. Nobody was answering my questions. And I'm like, okay, you're not answering. So obviously I need to go a step above you. And I kept doing that, and I kept doing that, I kept doing that. Until I went to the dean of the law school, and I'm like, respectfully, I'd like to have a meeting with you. I sent him a very long email detailing everything. And I'm like, this is my experience. This has been my experience prior to start. Since I've been in law school, I don't understand the logic behind it. I did my research, and mark you, I did do my research because When people talk about receipts, you need that. And to me, when you're advocating, learn to advocate respectfully. You can't just advocate and you think you're going to bombard people and feel like, yes, because I'm pushing, they're going to do this or they have to do this. No. Learn to do it respectfully, because you're building a case for yourself. You're representing yourself. So I sent the email and I'm like, excuse me, this is my issue. I've never worked in the field. I would like to gain experience while I'm in school. I mean, it is very unfortunate that international students are being disadvantaged based on this policy, whereas other students are not. So is there anything that we can do? He got back to me. It was really nice, honestly. Got back to me. He was going to look into the matter, get back to me. Suffice it to say that little old me, this little girl from Jamaica, I got, based on my persistence and my advocacy, I got a policy to be changed in relations to how international students are being treated, because I spoke up. And this is another thing. I said 3 things, but yes, I have to drop some nuggets in there. Do not be afraid. Terry Carell has this phrase that she uses, and she said, and mark you, I may not say it verbatim. She says something like, when you step into a room, take up space. You are supposed to, why are you dimming your light? Why? Take up space in the room. When you step in, people are supposed to feel your presence. Step into a room and people recognize that, guess what? This girl, this guy, this person is going somewhere. They are here to make a difference. You're not stepping into a room to be a captive audience. No, 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 no. You're stepping into a room to shine. Why should you dim your light? You know that little song that you learned in Sunday school, Sabbath school, whatever it is, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let your light shine. At the end of the day, this is what you need to do. If you step into a room, your differences should not let you blend into the background. Your differences should be highlighted. It should make you stand out in a crowd. At my school, when I started, I was the only Jamaican in the law school. You had a group of Africans, yes. And I'm like, okay, I was very timid. Naturally, that's not me. You know, I started off very timid and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to, you know, hide in the background. And I soon realized, listen, naturally, that's not me. It's not me. If something happens, I'm going to talk up. If something happens, I'm going to speak about it. If I realize something is happening that is disadvantaging, I'm going to talk up. I am not made to blend in like paint. Do I look like primer? Primer is what you put on the wall to blend in, so that when the paint goes on, the previous paint doesn't bleed through. I'm not primer. I'm not blending in. What am I? Camouflage? No, 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 no. Jamaican girl, I gotta stand out. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you next time.